All right, now we're doing 6-cube pattern heart. This is by my Jinx in 2015, and 89% of people like it. We're going to complete the pattern using the following set of characters. This one right here. In this kata, we need to draw a heart. The parameter in will be the width of the heart. It's always going to be an even number, and it's always going to be above or equaling 6. The heart's height increases within, and we're going to look at the example. Oh, we definitely will be. We're going to return a string with these characters. We've got to remember this one here because it's the full width space character. And that's going to pad the heart's left and right side. All right. For examples, so here's the full width space character right on both sides over here. Okay. So yeah, this is what it's going to look like, and it's going to increase. These little squares are going to increase with the width. And then once it gets to a certain every time it gets to a multiple of 6 width, we're going to add another row right there. All right. So let's get to it. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to make this. We're going to keep this in regular syntax. So we're going to say let top equal, and we're going to let top equal this stuff right here. Let me take them from here though, and we're just going to wrap each one of these with single quotes and then put plus signs in between all of them. We're just going to make a string like that, but we're going to have to repeat this thing dot repeat 2 times so that it gets this effect. And then since this expands, we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to say this dot repeat, and we're going to repeat this in divided by 2 minus 2 times. In divided by 2 because we're only doing one side. We're only doing this side, which is 1, 2, 3, and then we're also taking into consideration the fact that there's 2 triangles and subtracting those from it. And that's going to make the thing that we're making, right? So let's do a console.log to make sure it's looking good. Top. Test it out. And there we go. That's what we wanted. So now let's make a middle. So we're going to do this, and we're going to let middle equal, and it's just going to be the square, and we're going to just do it dot repeat n times because it's just going to be the whole width. So now let's do middle, test it out. All right, looks good. So now we're going to make an array of both of these together. So we're going to concatenate. We're going to make both of them into arrays, and then we're going to concatenate them together. And we're going to say cap. We're going to call this the cap of the heart. All right. So it's going to be this one and this one in an array, and so we're going to say array top dot concat. And we're going to put this thing in it. So but we have to deal with the fact that once it gets to a multiple of 6 length, we have to add a whole nother row. All right. So we're going to say dot concat, and we're going to just make an array in here saying array dot from. And we're going to make the array-like object length, and it's going to have a length of what's it going to have a length of? I'm pretty sure n divided by 6. But we're going to have to do the floor of that, so we're going to have to do math.floor. So if n is 10, like on this one, it'll be 10 divided by 6, which is 1 point whatever, and the floor of that's just 1, so we have 1 row. And then we'll do 12, and so 12 divided by 6 is 2, so now we're having 2 rows. All right? So we're going to make the little function inside here, the E will equal middle. So E equals middle, all right? Now let's do a cap to see what this looks like. Hopefully it's good. And it's good. Look, we got that going on. Now we're going to do the bottom. So we're going to say bottom equals, and we're going to make this equal. Let's go over here. No, down here. We're going to get these, put them here, wrap them both in the thing. All right. Put some plus signs in. And then right here in the middle, we're going to have this thing dot repeat. And we're going to repeat it in, except for we're going to subtract 2 to deal with these 2 triangles. Minus 2. All right, let's say bottom. Let's look at what bottom looks like. Test it out. Looks good, looks good. All right, now we're going to make the base, which is going to be all of these things subtracting 2 each time to culminate in the 2 triangles. So we're going to call that base, and that's going to equal array bottom for now, because we got to make a for loop for that. So down here we're going to say, let's just look at what this looks like so far, base. Test it out. So now we've got an array with this thing in it, with the bottom in it. All right, so now we're going to say for, let I equals 0 for now. I just want to show you what happens if we make it 0. Let I equals 0, and while I is less than n, we're going to say I plus plus, all right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to say base dot push. Yeah, we're pushing it in there because we're keeping this one, and we're keeping this one, and then we're going to make this one. So we're going to say push bottom equals, and now we're going to get this. No. We're going to get this thing, the full length space or whatever it was called. We're going to put it right there. Nope. We're going to get this thing and put it right here. All right. And we're going to add that to a bottom dot replace, and we're going to say here we're going to replace the 2 of these squares with some empty squares to deal with 2 of these. All right, so we're going to say replace. We take 2 of these, put them in there, and we're going to replace it with empty string, and then on the other side we're going to add this thing. All right, now let's see what the base looks like. All right, now it's almost good. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 of these when we only need 1, so we're going to deal with that by saying let I equal 2, and instead of plus, we're going to say plus equals 2. That way it'll take care of 4 of these. Get rid of them. Let's test it out. And there we go. Now we've got something that looks a little more manageable and a lot less stupid. So now that we've got that, we're going to concatenate this one, the base and the cap. And let's do that right now. Let's say cap.concat base. All right. But we got to have these line breaks in there, so we're going to say dot join Let's see if that worked. Does that look good? I mean, it doesn't look good, but does that look good? I don't know. Let's see if it worked. We're going to say return this. Let's test it out. All right. Attempt it. All right. All right. Submit it. All right. All right. All right. So here's a bunch of people are doing it their ways. Here's mine right here. You can check them all out if you feel like it after you did it or not, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. It's your business. But very much like it. Best practice, and we'll see you next time.